Good evening, everyone. We're going to call this meeting to order at 6:05 p.m. And we're going to start with the roll call. I am Mercedes Miller, the board chair.
Dana Tucker Davis, board secretary.
Nathan Lewis, treasurer.
Phyllis Mentor, District 6.
John DeLagle, District 1.
Stacy Williams, District 5.
Kimberly Mays, District 3. September Cooper, District 7.
James Reese, District 4.
Teresa Parham, Economic Development.
Isaac Gilmore McGuire Woods, outside counsel.
Okay, thank you very much. Before we approve the agenda, I think that I've talked to him, and I think we're going to make a change to the agenda. We're going to move the election to the end of the meeting, so it would be X glasses 60. It would be X11 because we've already gone over the agenda, and whenever the board is elected, they have to take over the meeting at that point, and whoever the new chairperson is at this point wouldn't know what was going on in the agenda. If that's okay with everyone. We are going to move the election down to after executive session. Because once we choose the officers automatically take over the meeting. And I just didn't want to put them in a position where they didn't know what was going on with this agenda. Is there a motion to make that change?
I motion to move the election to after executive session.
Okay. It's been motioned. Is there a second?
I second.
It's been motioned and second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand and saying aye.
Aye.
All right, it's unanimous. Thank you very much. With that change, can we approve the agenda? Since we approved the move, can we make an approval for the agenda? Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, Dana Tucker Davis, I move that we approve the agenda with the correction.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I second it.
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand and saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We are moving on to the minutes. Did everyone get an opportunity to review the minutes? And are there any changes or additions to the minutes? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes as they are presented.
Madam Chair, Dana Tucker Davis, board secretary, I move that we approve the minutes as written.
Minutes have been motioned. Is there a second?
I second.
Second.
Stacy, it's been motioned and second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand and saying aye.
Aye.
All right, that's unanimous. Moving on to citizen comment. For the citizens, would you please stand and introduce yourself? Okay, Ms. Johnson, would you like to make a comment, or you just want to introduce yourself?
My family is buried in the cemetery. We have one. We've been hearing some stories about the cemetery, and I would like to know if you think that.
All right, thank you. Next, please. Okay. Thank you all.
I'm sorry.
They're here to
I
question.
heard her, but are they together?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
okay.
Okay, and what's your name, sir? I'm sorry.
His name.
His name. Okay, thank you.
You know, Michael. Okay, is there anyone else back there? Nope. Michael, what's your last name?
Oh, venerable.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we are going to move on to the economic development update, and we'll turn it over to you, Teresa.
Good evening, Board. We're beginning with the contractor closures and connections. This was our first time being an exhibitor at this event. It was truly a wonderful networking event with commercial brokers, developers, as well as construction companies in the industry. There was a lot of interest in what's going on in South Fulton, of course, because of everything that we have with opportunity being a new city. So we got a chance to connect with over 70 professionals across the real estate industry. We shared catalytic sites. We shared the sites from the Sizemore Design Group, which gave them recommendations of what we're looking and what type of development we're wanting to come to COSF. We also promoted retail investment opportunities that was prepared by Mill Graves Group. We're going to finalize that study and hopefully present to the council very soon in August. Later in August. And then we just sparked new conversations with other partners. There were industries and districts that was around the state. So it was just a great opportunity. Trevor and I was able to work that booth and just had a lot. I don't think we got a chance to breathe when we were there. So, and we want to say thank you to all the Development Authority members that came. Did anyone have comments in regards to contractor closes and connections, their experience?
I thought it was a really good interaction with all the attendees that were there. I met a lot of new people and a lot of old faces that I've seen over the years. And I think we need to continue to participate in these type of activities. It gives us a lot of openings to see what's going on in our community and outside of it as well.
Thank you, John. We were definitely in Ms. Mentor's wheelhouse. You know, she was a social butterfly, of course, with all of her colleagues. But the next steps that we're hoping to do with the outcome and the partnership with Contractor Closers and Connections is to do a Developers Day in the city of South Fulton and then invite these 70 professionals. We were able to get their contact information. So we're going to build upon those interests. And hoping to do that in the late fall.
I got something to add to that. We can add those that we run across during the ICSC conference as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that suggestion. Next slide, please. Old National District, we are getting ready to do a job readiness boot camp. This will be in partnership with Goodwill Career Center that is in the next plaza next door. They have come to several of our meetings and have shown interest in partnership with us, which is a very excellent opportunity due to most of our walk-ins here in our office. They are inquiring about job opportunities and customer service training. So we definitely are excited about this partnership with Goodwill. This will be promoted throughout the state, that the city of South Fulton and Old National District is hosting a 2-day boot camp. With that, as they go through the 2-day program, we will also set up interviews with employers right here in the city of South Fulton. We want to host it here at our office so that they can have on-site interviews with just various employers within the industry. So we're really looking forward to this partnership. This is a part of our work plan, and we will have the final date coming soon.
I also like to add that they have a person on staff that does credit repair free as a part of their program. So if you know someone that needs some credit repair, check with them because they've got a person that does that as well. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Mentor. And of course, South Fulton, the Development Authority and a couple of members from the Downtown Development Authority attended a class on land development with the UGA Carl Vinson Institute. We had a great time during that class, a lot of information learned, but mostly on how to partner with your community and planning department so we could build a strategic relationship and be more intentional about development and what type of development we want to have within the city. So I'm going to stop right there. If any members that attended want to speak about it. Ms. Stacy, did you have anything?
Yes. How many of us attended?
Five.
The running joke.
We had the whole class.
The running joke was, wow, is anyone at South Fulton answering the phones? Because it was so many people. But we took a lot of good nuggets away from that full day session. And what I took, most importantly, was that there was a divide between economic development and planning. And it's a divide where if we were even smaller city, and we were in the same office, we would be able to share information. But because we're not, it just means that we have to bridge that gap a little bit more and figure out how are we going to communicate, both boards. So with that being said, we learned a lot. We took a lot of notes, and it was a day well spent.
Thank you for your comments. Anybody else?
No?
Next slide, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I guess to our visitors, I have not had the chance to introduce myself. My apologies. I'm Trevor Thornton. I am the Main Street Manager for the City of South Fulton. The very first topic that I will be discussing, I only have one new topic, so I'm just updating. Okay, I was just updating some of the projects that are currently going on. I've already spoken to you all about 4800 Campbell before. We are nearing the end of our archaeological, the architectural drawings. I say archaeological, wow. Architectural drawings. We've had to make a few minor tweaks to the original drawings, and we are currently waiting on some of the permitting. One of the permitting is dealing with land disturbance. So, of course, due to where it is and the amount of trees that have to be removed and everything, we have to get the permitting in order to do that. The other one, the easement, the house currently sits on, it's on septic. So in order for us to change that over, we will need to actually connect with East Point sewer system. So that's another one of the, easements permitting that we have to clear as well so that we can actually connect to their sewer system. So we're slowly trying to get through these last few points so we can actually start a groundbreaking. But when that information comes, I will definitely let everybody know because we would definitely like you all to join. Next slide. So the very next slide is, again, not a new topic, but that I've been working on for a while. We have signed toppers, and we actually have post and panel signage that's actually going out on, the post and panel signage will be going out on Roosevelt Highway at both ends to kind of show when you are entering and exiting the Red Oak District. We've had to go through a few changes as far as the look, so that's kind of slowed us down a little bit. And the toppers are going all within the Red Oak District on that on those street signs, so that way we can, again, let everybody know that they are in the district. What we're waiting for in this regard is we're waiting for GDOT to give us approval. So if anybody has any connection with GDOT, been trying to get these few things approved so that way we can actually go ahead and we already have the vendor that's going to do the installation and the one that did the design. Already got the money already reserved and encumbered for it. So now we're just waiting for the GDOT approval so we can actually wrap it up. Last but not least, next slide. Oh, maybe, okay. Forgot, this one was just a new ad in there. You will be able to see it in some of your flyers. On August 22nd, we were ending we will have our last summer series event. This one will be barbecue at the park. And the whole purpose of this, or the main theme of it, was to really have our last hoorah for the summertime. Kids have already started school. ready to start moving into fall, we wanted to have one last like barbecue. So there'll be free food, hamburgers, hot dogs, sausages, the sides. We'll have games, have like painting, a DJ, bounce house, all of that. So this will be at Welcome All Park on Friday, August the 22nd. And again, we're really just want to go. This is our, again, ending the series, ending the summer with a bang. So I'd love for you all to come out. You get a chance, all right? That's all I have. Oh, yes, questions.
The flyer for South Fulton Means Business Accelerator, I saw that it was in Councilwoman Carmelita Gumb's newsletter, and so I shared it with Board Member Mays, and then she shared it with some other people. That QR code, you can't read it. It's whoever designed it, I guess, thought, oh, aesthetically, use the light gray. You can't scan it.
Understood.
And the link, the flyer itself and the post on the city's website does not have the link to it. So you can't type, yes, you can't type in the actual link. I think Board Member Mays obtained the link and shared it with the people that were asking us about it. But if we want to get more people, that's probably a issue we need to resolve, because they won't know to call, or, and I think I emailed Naylor about it, but.
So the size that I believe Councilwoman Gum shared was not a good size when it came with the flyer. When we were able to scan the code, we were able to pull it up. But what I'll do in addition to make sure that, because usually when you're looking on social media, there is a link that you can click on and not just the QR code. So we'll definitely share the link out with all of the council members, because this is a huge opportunity and partnership with UGA. This is our second year of hosting the Small Business Accelerator Program. And this year we will also host a graduation along with this opportunity. So again, if anybody else has any problems with the QR code or anything, just let me know. We'll definitely get the link over to you. And thank you, Dana, for letting us know about the city's website, because we'll make sure it's on there as well.
I'm sitting here trying to do it now, and it's not, I mean, the QR code isn't registered. So, I mean, and if I'm on my phone, then, you know, it's good to have a link, because I can't scan, but I just wanted to bring it to the attention, because you may have less people register because they cannot access it.
Yeah, we usually have both. So I guess she just didn't have the link, but we'll get it over to her.
Yeah, this one,
Yep.
this one works, so she probably did have this one that's on here to start with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This one works.
Well, I went to the actual city's website as well.
I did too.
And it does, that one doesn't work either.
Yep.
So whoever gave it to them, it just doesn't work. And myself and Board Member Mays tried it, and so
Okay.
it doesn't work.
Okay, we'll get it over to them and make sure it's on their page, because we definitely want to not have any issues with registration, because this is a free class. The city of South Fulton has sponsored all the facilitators that are coming out, experts from the University of Georgia. So again, thank you for that update, and we'll make sure that that's taken care of. And then the Old National Groves Farmers Market, we'll go back one slide.
Stacy, congratulations.
Yeah, well, we come. The Old National Groves Farmer Market is this Saturday, August the 9th, from noon until 4. The farmers market will feature a smoothie and hydration station, a hydroponic seed and seed station. Also, we'll have a petting zoo, kid zone, some back to school giveaways, as well as Lee Muhammad Green for Life Mobile Farmers Market will be providing our local produce and organic products. So if you have nothing to do and you would like to engage in some community activities, please come out on Saturday right here in front of our office. And of course, District 4 Farmers Market will continue to take place this August the 28th. And so please come out to the Village Shop at Cedar Grove for their market activities as well. Next slide. And then congratulations to Stacy Williams on becoming a member of the Planning Commission. We were able to attend her swearing-in ceremony yesterday, and so this is a fantastic job. And then just going to what you were sharing, Stacy, having a member from Economic Development and the Development Authority actually being of service of this board is the start to bridging that gap. So we appreciate your time, your extra, how you go extra with your volunteer service. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all we have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good report. We're going to move on to the Vision Ad Hoc Committee, do our committee reports. Is there any report from the Vision Ad Hoc Committee?
Yes, there
Okay.
is. The website is actually coming along wonderfully. We have seen some of the preliminary, look of the website, and we've been thinking about adding some other things that we noticed when we started looking at some of the other websites. We actually previewed Douglas, Fulton, and Clayton to compare what ours had and what ours didn't have. So we've seen I guess the map of what ours will look like, but we have now decided that we're probably going to add some things to it, including, if you look under the tab, it's like, if you notice that Fulton County has incentives and taxes on their website as a drop-down. Ours does not have that right now, and so I think that would be something that would be great to add to ours, so that is easy information for a corporation that's looking to develop here. And then Clayton County actually has information about transportation, which right now was not as a part of our map, of what we were going to include, but I think we should include it because it's important information for people looking to figure out what our city offers in regards to transportation coming, location to the airport, MARTA, public transportation, rail systems, everything that is available in our city. And I think if we add all these tweaks, our site will be probably the best in the area, for real.
Is there a price increase to add those?
We have a set number of pages.
Okay.
So this is whether or not we decide to pay to add a couple more pages, or if we want to substitute out and maybe combine some information on a page, because there's a way to, cut costs if we need to.
Okay. Nope, I was just asking.
Madam Chair.
Any questions? Yes.
Kim, quick question. Is there going to be an opportunity for us to review this prior to going live, at least 6 weeks out prior to going live, so we can have an input?
Oh, it's going to be a lot of opportunity, because in addition to just what we're doing, there will be a photo shoot for the board so that we can have professional photos on the page. So that will be getting scheduled soon. Right now, we do have some businesses that are confirmed that they're going to participate to do, testimonials, videos, and that is Gaucher's Breakfast Bar, Arden's Garden, Sandtown Crossing, Red Oak Animal Hospital, and Crestwood Events and Conference Center in Beautiful Smiles. So if you know of another business that might be interested in doing a, testimonial, yay, South Fulton type thing, then definitely let us know to see if we can get them on the list as well.
Do we have a disproportionate number of businesses doing the positive testimonials from, it sounds like District 1 and District 2 have more than, may say.
If you have a
5, 6,
business
7.
in any of the districts that you would like to be featured,
My
please let us know.
My business, mine is in East Point. I'm asking because I live in District 2. Okay.
Are we showing, Teresa, are we showing the video? Are we showing the website?
Yes, it's coming up on the Marketing Alliance.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're moving on to, is there anything else, Board Member Mason?
No.
Any other questions? Okay, we're going to move on to our Activities Committee. Do you all have a report or something you would like?
We were out last month, so there's nothing to report. But the agenda points out, there's a conversation I'd like to have about the ICSC conference, which is coming, there's one this month for just one day, so we're going to forego that one because it is just one day. It's going to be at Truist, but October will be a 3-day, the 14th through the 16th of October. We spoke briefly about this at our last meeting about possibly sponsoring an event, a mixer or reception with them. Specifically, what my idea was to have a static display set up so we can show what properties we do have available in the city for development and have a conversation with those who are attending. I've been in conversations with ICSC directly. Did you put that ad in here? There should be something in your folder there that points out the schedule and pricing for that. For sponsorship, it ranges from $750 to $6,000 based on scale. And also, they sent an email to me saying that we are open to allowing us to participate in that static display, but I wanted to bring it to you guys to see what your thoughts were and give some feedback before we move forward.
So, since we don't really have a meeting before then, except the joint meeting, are you trying to host something the 14th through the 16th? Is it here? It's here in Atlanta?
Yes, it'll be here in Atlanta.
Okay, is it downtown? Okay, so you're trying to host something downtown, and you want to advertise so that we can have a booth there?
Right.
Or will the city have a booth?
No, we as an economic development or DA can have a booth there. That's also part of that package.
Okay, do you
was
all
sent
have a booth there?
No. So we have our retail strategies team that's attending that event, and they will be recruiting on behalf of the city.
Okay.
So I can get with them and find out what's the possibility, or I don't want to conflict with what they have already set to go forth with, but we'll see. We can work it out.
Okay,
Okay.
but if we're going to give him money to be able to go, we have to vote for it at this meeting. Am I correct? So,
I'm point of order. So on the agenda, it says Activities Committee, and then it has ICSC Conference in October. And then on the second page of the agenda, it has the ICSC Southeast Conference again on the conference and trainings. So if we talk about it now, are we going to talk about it again after old business? Or are we doing everything now?
Well, the dates on the second page are
I
incorrect.
mean, that's a question for,
what I would like to do is you just explain what the committee report is, and when we get to it on the next page, that's when the board can take a vote on it.
on his attendance and this booth or whatever y'all talking about, this static board? Okay,
Right, because this section is really just for discussion.
okay, all right, got it.
Okay, is there anything else regarding ICSC?
No, ma'am.
Activities Committee, okay, the connection dinner at JETA in September 2025.
Okay. Same thing, this is open for discussion. Every year, for the past 3 years, 4 years, we've attended JETA, and we've attended ad hoc dinners or whatnot. Is it too late to consider doing a dinner, not necessarily JETA related or sponsored, but for those within South Fulton that are, or even Atlanta, Fulton County, that are attending JETA, where we would have a mixer of some sort?
Do we get the list from JETA? We do not.
No. All we get is membership information for registration. So if we were planning to do something like that, I would have to contact their board to see if it was permissible for us to host a mixer outside, or I don't know if it would just be a private thing, but we would just have to talk to them to find out.
Because I know when I attend GMA, there are some people, there's some things that's tied to the conference, and then people do their own private dinners, but they send out their own invitations. They set everything up on their own. So it could be done. You just have to find out how do we get the list of who's going
That would,
and
right.
who to invite.
Right. I would suggest you talk to Shannon and see how he does his invitations when he has his mixers down there, because it's not part of the itinerary of the
Right.
JETA conference.
Well, it's also Shannon is a sponsor of the JETA conference, so that's
Right.
why he gets that list.
And that's right,
Yeah.
Georgia Power
So,
co-sponsors with
yes.
You're right.
So when you're a sponsor, you get that list. So I have to find out, since we're not a sponsor of any of the activities, can we attain that list?
But, and
oh, yeah.
so, what I was, I'm sorry to cut you off, what I was actually told last year, because I know we discussed trying to do something last year, was that you have to actually get authorization from GETA
Yeah.
to have an outside event, even though it's separate from the events that they have.
Correct.
Just to give them a heads up.
And that's why I said I wanted to talk
Yeah.
to the board
Right,
first.
so the board would be able to give you authorization, and then Shannon would have the list, since, Aerotropolis is usually involved with a lot of stuff, especially with Georgia Power.
So my question is, do we have enough time at this point to be able to get that done?
No.
In September. Probably.
We're running really tight.
Yeah.
I said, but
Probably.
I think I have a different issue. I don't necessarily want to pay for that. Because to pay for a mixer, the mixers tend to be open bar, food. It's going to cost thousands of dollars. The attendance of us going to GETA already is an expensive event. With the amount of events that they have down there already, I think we have sufficient opportunity to be able to market the city while we're at someone else's event and let them pay for it.
Agreed.
So my issue is entirely different from all of those. Because most of those events have alcoholic beverages there, and people tend to do things that they wouldn't do in their right mind, and sometimes end up injured or injuring other people. I don't want the city to be open, or the Economic Development Board to be open to liability because someone drank something at our event, whether they went somewhere else, had their stash in their purse or whatever. So, if you do decide to have something, I would hope that it would not be alcohol related, and that may lessen the number of people that come. But those are my thoughts on it.
I just think that as a board, trying to have this without an economic development director, is going to be tough. Because that director is what gets in, gets the list, find out everything. And since we don't really have anybody and we don't want to put anything else on you, I think that is something that we should maybe start working on before, once the new director gives us the date for 2026, then we make a suggestion if that director wants to host something. But as a board, I've just never seen as a board someone hosting anything at any of those conferences.
Okay. All right. All good points.
Yeah, all good
Yes,
points.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All good points.
All right, any more conversation regarding that? Okay, we are moving on to civic engagement.
As far as civic engagement is concerned, we were off last month, so there wasn't too much that we did. But we did, get a lot of good contacts with going to the UGA class last week. So, and a lot of good information to bring back to the city and to help us actually be able to make our decisions with the different projects that are presented to us.
For civic engagement, I have a question. I know we gave out that, the ARPA money. Who follows up on that to see if they have spent it, if they haven't spent it, what they've done?
Our department does. Currently, we're working with the grants department. The extension, we have to do an extension letter. The deadline date was actually in March. So since the departure of the previous director, we're working with the grants director so that they can facilitate the remaining funds. And so right now, we are working through legal to do extension letters. And then once we have that updated, we can resume and dispersing the remainder of the funds. We have until December 2026.
Thank you. Finance Committee.
I have an update, not a real report. I did request copies of the bank statement as well as the most recent transactions. And in front of you, you will have a list of, I guess, transactions from November 2024 through July, but I'm sure there are more. Teresa provided us a copy of the budget, I guess. Can you share a little bit more about what that document is?
Yes, so the budget that you have was proposed from the city manager's office. We received one for each department or entity within the economic development office. And so we haven't had a chance to sit down with procurement or the finance team yet to go over the specific of the numbers, but I plan on setting a meeting up with myself, Nathan, and ACM Davis to go over these numbers so we can have a more detailed report for you at your next meeting in September.
So the budget has already been approved?
No,
This is the proposed, but
I
yes.
don't think so. And I know there are revenues that come in, and I see Ed is here now. He may be able to help us figure out what should be coming in as well. He allows it. It's from deals that we've done.
Yeah, so when you close a deal, like when you closed the Carter deal, collect the one-time
Mike.
fee, closing fee, and then
Isaac.
each year there's an
Mike.
annual.
Mike.
Each year there's an annual issuer fee that you collect on the transaction.
Right.
That's set forth in the agreement, and the FA team follows up each year to confirm that those fees are being paid
Yeah.
and deposited into your account.
Yeah, I know we have two accounts, and I'm not sure which account already previously set up.
I'm aware of one. Ed, do you know? I mean, the question is, how many different accounts this is?
All of our accounts at the city of South Fulton, right? So I think there's just one
It's just one.
account. The city of South Fulton has all of the money in a pooled accounting, but they account for all of our money in an account in the finance department. So I think we just have one account.
No, there are two bank accounts, because he would send me two bank accounts previously. I'm not sure.
So they're, both of them at Regions?
Yeah.
Yeah, one is
One is an operating
like
and the other-
operating and then an
Right.
investment account, more like real estate account.
I did not realize that. I'll find out and I'll get back to you.
That would be great. And
So did you stop
Teresa-
getting statements?
No, I did not get the statements.
Okay, that's what I was asking, have you gotten one since?
No.
So so this is a copy of your operating account that the city manages. And the Regions account, the additional account, that is the account that we're going to get with procurement to make sure we get an update on that.
So this is the issue that I have. This is the third month, fourth month, this meeting, Assistant City Manager Davis is not here. However, she sat here every time we have asked for the bank statements, and we still don't have them. I understand that they're giving us some summary that they have created, this document that they got on Excel, and created a couple of little columns and labeled these things as transactions. But as a member of the finance team and someone that handles finances for my clients, I want to see the statements from the bank to ensure that the dollar amounts that you guys have, not you, I'm sorry, that they have from the city, however they have it labeled or categorized, is reflected and reconciled with what the city is saying the numbers are. And so we keep asking for that, and then we ask for it, I believe Nate asked for it. He specifically said, I want to get it in enough time to have a committee meeting to discuss it so we can reconcile it. But he said he got this yesterday. So I'm saying this not to you, Teresa Primes. I'm saying this so they can be on the record when they listen to it and when it gets reported back to them. This seems to be a problem. We cannot see the bank statements for the monies that we have. I don't care if it's 60 cents or 60,000 or 600,000. We should be able to get a bank statement to show what we have and where we have it. If they have repaid themselves or repaid your budget or moved things around, that's fine if it's authorized and approved. But it feels like, to me, they're hiding something. And what I can't reconcile in my mind or mesh together, commingle, on one hand, I am the interim I'm the interim executive director with all power of that position. Give us bank statements. I can't get them for you. We didn't have that when Artie was here. We asked for the bank statements, we got them. It's a problem for me. I've said my piece. I'm so sorry that you were here, the person that had to do it, but I want that to get back to the same people so they can call me like they've been calling me about everything else, to call me about these bank statements.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
so you're dead on right. You ought to get bank statements if it's separate bank accounts, like Nathan said. I thought it was pooled cash. I've sent the CFO a text while you were talking, and I'll take it on as my mission to get y'all what you need.
Thank you.
Let me ask
Yes,
a
sir.
question.
Appreciate it.
What's the address on the bank statements?
It's the city.
City.
Why can't it be here so we know that we get them?
Because it's all wrapped up into
Because it's wrapped up with the city.
Yeah, they won't allow it to come here.
The city, the city.
So if I might, Madam Chair, so we have remember, we got an intergovernmental contract with the city, and they're supposed to be keeping up with your finances for you.
Right.
And it doesn't sound like they're doing a very good job. And so I would assume that the bank statements, if they're separate bank statements, go to the finance department, Althea Floyd Bradley. And so I'll see to it that y'all get a copy of the statements. If they aren't, why they aren't there, why they're two accounts, like Board Member Lewis told me. And if we can't, get adequate customer service, then y'all make some other arrangement.
We not have online banking access?
I was talking to one of the board members earlier. Do you think it's a good idea for us to have an accountant
So
that's hired by the
So
board?
you would, if you did your own stuff. If the bank statements came here, you would need your own accountant. One of the reasons we did that IGA with the city, we were saving the cost of that position. And so if we can't get better information, then I'd recommend it to you.
I'm that person that suggested that. I just think that to have our own CPA, to keep up with everything across the board that we do financially is important. So I brought that up, and it's something that I think that we need to seriously think about. Even Nathan said, it's a lot of work.
It's fixing to be even more money.
Yeah,
to close the data
so
center.
let's pay somebody that, that's what they do every day.
Well, it's possible, I would think, to be able to just start with paying for an audit, so that you just pay for one lump sum to audit the records. And then once we have a lot more funds and activities, then get to a point where we actually need an accountant. But you can do a one-time, like yearly audit, where you just kind of examine the books and kind of see where we are. And they would, at that point, recommend improvements in different, methods that we may use to be able to function more
Okay,
efficiently.
so you're suggesting to get an audit, to have them to audit the account, then
Right.
give us a
Yeah.
report.
Correct.
Then from that point on, we'll have a better vision of
Correct.
what we have.
And so, Ms.
Correct.
Phyllis, if I might, so the city does audit the books, and so you have a column in the city's audit report. And so they did a 23 audit, they're starting on the 24 now. Your fiscal year is the same as theirs, September 30th. And so they're behind on their audits. The city finance department had a lot of turnover. And so at the next meeting, Ms. Teresa, if you'll put me on the agenda, I will bring y'all the 22 and 23 audits so that you'll see how your books and records have been audited, what your assets, liabilities are, your revenue and
That's great.
expense. And then I'll get the CFO of the city to give me in the same categories for 24 and 25, which they aren't audited. But you do have an audit. It's part of the city's audit. It was part of the IGA you had with them. It's my job to present it to you. So
I
if you'll
don't think
put it,
we
Ms.
knew
Teresa,
that.
and I'll bring it.
I don't think we knew that. That's good, okay.
I feel like we did.
Yep. Thank you, Ed, for that, because also we're coming to the end of our fiscal year, so the time would be now
Yes, ma'am.
to make those changes.
I have a question, though. So we started out with the finance report, and I think we jumped to budget, and I don't know if budget is on his separate, but,
Well, no, it's
but we have to submit our we have to vote to approve the budget, and so we're gonna do that in September, but we don't have enough answers to questions to do that. So I'm just trying to figure out, are we behind the 8 ball? Will we ultimately end up have to have a call meeting to deal with the budget? Because it sounds like we don't have enough information to do it tonight.
No.
Right.
No, you
And
don't.
so,
Right.
and
No,
if
we
we get
don't.
it, we'll come back in September.
That's
and
our
then-
joint meeting in September.
That's our joint meeting,
So do you
so-
want to do it then?
So I'm just saying, I think that's something that we should be thinking about. How do we handle this? Otherwise, if we don't send them anything, they're gonna go with this budget, right? And
I'm not sure what,
So have you been part of the budget process?
Artie and I were starting on it. Not of this, no.
in the past, we were, the
Ma-
finance committee was, we
Right.
would meet with
But not-
Artie.
This is
Madam
totally
Chair,
different.
it's been handled singly by the city management office.
So the reductions that identified here, the city manager's office made those reductions.
Yes, sir.
But they made those reductions without speaking with anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We got questions.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions,
We have questions.
because that's a large reduction that they're doing.
So we would have to get that on next September.
Okay, okay.
Because that
So,
October
but-
meeting's too late.
But do we need to have a special call, a call meeting?
I think so.
I think we do.
I
Yeah,
think
we
we
do.
do.
So can we talk about some dates? Because I don't want us to leave here tonight and then we can't conduct business in an email. So we need to either have a date proposed for the call meeting so that we, that's all we're gonna deal with is just the budget, and I guess.
Well,
our
we
question-
need to know first when we're gonna get the numbers and when we're gonna get the information from Ed and from the city manager on explanations on why it was cut and what was done. So because we can't set a date and we don't have the information they do.
Right, because we need to
Well,
see
we
what's
could-
in
we-
our accounts as well.
So let me ask you a question. We can set a date and we just, if we don't have the information, we can cancel the meeting, right? So I'd rather set the meeting, because it's easier to cancel it than to set it if we're not in a meeting, because we can't do it
You
virtually,
wanna
right?
take a look at a date? Yep.
You don't have to do it right,
Before we
but
go.
if we did it in
Yeah,
unfinished
okay.
business or whatever, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Okay. Thank you all very much. We are going to move on to new business, if there's nothing else. Under new business, we move the elections to the end. We have a proposed date change for our next meeting to be Thursday, September 4th. That's our joint meeting with the mayor and council. They have already confirmed, and I need to get it approved through the board if that date works for everybody. Does it work? And if it works, is there a motion?
Take a look.
Works for me.
Just update, we'll have the signature package for your data center project at that meeting.
We're good.
What did Isaac say? We didn't hear.
He said he's gonna have the signature packet for the data center at that meeting as well.
What's the start time and location?
The location we don't know yet is to be determined. The start time is 6 p.m. on Thursday, September 4th.
Good on that day.
All those that are able to attend?
Yes.
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 There was a motion on the
So
floor?
is there a motion to move our next date to September 4th?
I make a motion that we move our next meeting to September 4th, Thursday, September 4th.
Okay, that's our next joint meeting. That's our second joint meeting with the city. It's been motioned. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify.
I have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
question. So in this joint meeting that multiple people have requested, what's the objective here? Are we looking to find out what they're doing in their districts? Or, I'm just kind of wanting to know
I think that
what the.
from what
okay.
I understood, they are looking to know what has been going on with the development authority.
Oh,
Am I
they're,
correct?
okay.
Yes, and
Okay.
also it has been made the recommendation that if there are any agenda items that the board would like to have on the agenda, please send that to me
Okay.
so we can add that as well.
So they're looking for updates on transactions we've completed?
They're looking for updates on what, I assume that, well, they told me this a couple months ago, and I think I brought it before you all. It was my assumption that when departments turn in month ends, that they included the boards and what was going on with the boards with their month ends. And that's not so. So when the last economic development person turned in his month end, he turned it in to the city manager, and the city manager creates her month end that goes to the mayor and council. Well, apparently there's been nothing on there from this board. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So based on our meetings, are they not getting minutes to show our activities?
Say that again,
Are they
Judge.
not getting minutes of our activities?
So the minutes are not sent to them directly, no.
Okay. But the city manager is aware of our meetings, and the assistant city manager is aware, is when she was present in our meetings, did she not go back and report?
So what happens is the directors fill out a report to turn into the city manager, and they convey it to, they send it to the council.
So in her capacity as our interim executive director, did she, oh, you don't know whether she filled a report out for us to give it to the city manager?
Correct, I don't know.
Okay.
So, once again, I'm going to say, I think this is all a farce. I think it's political agendas, and they're wrapping us up in the middle of it. And I have no connections because I don't get paid by anybody at the city, even for my volunteer hours tonight. I don't do any business with the city, so I'm not afraid to say this. This is a bunch of bull. They want to wrap us in whatever they're doing to use topics of development for political campaigning. They want to talk to us and harass us about what's going on with MANSA. That's what this is about. This is not about what we've been working on, because they would have asked before. They would have demanded to have a report as to what we've been doing for the last year. They haven't. Every time we had a meeting scheduled with them, they were no-shows. And one of those no-shows, they went to a Falcons game.
Any further discussion? Okay, so it's been motion and second. All those in favor of changing the date of the next meeting to be a joint meeting, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? You oppose or abstain?
I oppose.
We have one opposed, and the other ones are a yes. Okay, motion passes. Moving on, we have a proposed date change for our October meeting. Is that because of night out?
Yes.
Okay, so they didn't have night out last night because of the weather. That was why we are here today. So now we have to change our date again because of night out. What's the date of night out?
It's October 4th.
Okay, so what date are you proposing?
It's the 7th. Wasn't it the 7th? October 7th?
Is it October 7th?
Wait, let me look.
Yes,
It's
October
the,
7th.
Our meeting is the 7th.
It's October 7th.
So what are we doing on the 4th? I'm sorry.
When is night out? Night out is the 10th, isn't it?
October 4th is on a Saturday.
No, October 7th is the National
Seventh
Night
would have
Out.
been,
Seventh, yeah,
our
seventh is
seventh
a
would have been
Tuesday.
our meeting night. So that's the night that they're having night out. So we need an alternative date for the October meeting. So we can move it 1 day, 2 days, or we can go to the 14th. Am I correct?
yes, because the proposed date for National Night Out is October 7th, which is your regular meeting date, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have any suggestions for a new, for a change of a meeting date from October 7th?
To the 8th?
The 8th?
Might as well make it the
Motion to change the October date of the 7th to the 8th.
It's been motioned. Is there a second?
A second.
Will we
I
change
have
the
a-
time start
I have a
also?
conflict on the 8th.
It's been motioned and second. What did you say, James? What time?
Kim had
Kim has
Yeah,
a
Kim has a-
conflict.
Kim has a
Yes, I'm
conflict.
coming to her next. What'd you say?
I was asking for a change of time to at least 6:30 instead of 6 o'clock.
Okay. Board Member Kim?
You said 6, okay.
Wednesday.
John wants to turn
Can you
it.
do it at all?
I can do it, I think I can make it work at 6. I can't make it work at 6:30, because I have something at 7. So
So what about Thursday, the 9th?
Thursday night is fine.
So because there's a motion on the floor, you guys are going to have to vote this one down if you don't go with the 8th. And then another motion for the 9th.
Motion to change my original motion to make it the October 9th,
What time?
6 p.m. James, is 6 p.m.
Second.
good?
Okay, so it's been motioned. You change your motion to move the meeting to October 9th at 6.
I'm sorry, I wanted to check our schedule here at the office. We have a UGA class on October 9th
At what
What
time?
time is your class?
at 5 p.m.
Y'all are killing me.
Is it here?
Yes.
Okay. How's everybody scheduled on the
I
6th?
thought Kim said she could do the 8th
At 6?
No, she
She
can.
can't. She
No.
from
can't.
the 6th at 6 o'clock?
She has an hour window, that's it.
She only
She has
has-
to be somewhere else at 7.
How's everybody scheduled for the 6th?
Before you make any more motions, let everybody check, give them time to check their calendar. Because before they can check their calendar, you're making a motion, and then they say we can't do it.
That's why I asked
So,
for the
so
6th.
point of order, we have two
I'm not making
motions
a
now. Wait a minute, don't make any more motions,
I'm not
John.
making any motions.
Okay,
I
so there are
asked.
two motions on the floor. You need to vote on this motion for the 9th, vote it down, and then you need to vote down the motion for the 8th, and then let everybody check their calendars, come up with a date, and then do a motion that we can actually vote on. Because right now, we violated every parliamentary rule that exists.
Okay. All that agreed to have the meeting changed for October to the 8th, please signify by raising your hand.
You had to do the 9th first, because that was the amendment.
Oh, okay. All right, all those that would like to hold the meeting on the 9th, please signify approval by raising your hand. All right, it fails for a lack of votes. And now we're looking at the 8th. So all those that vote for the 8th, please raise your hands. Okay, that fails. Now, can you look, can you look at the calendar and tell us what day you have available?
So the office is available on the 6th, Monday, October 6th. It is available that evening.
Does anybody have conflict?
Is everybody
John,
available
wait.
on the 6th at 6 p.m.?
You ain't even look at your calendar yet.
Oh, I know, if it's not a trial, I could be here, so.
I'm available, but I might be 10, 15 minutes late, but I'm available. Traffic.
Does anyone have a conflict for Monday, October the 6th? Check your calendars. Thank you. Isaac, are you good for the 6th?
Yes.
Indigenous.
There's not a council meeting that day?
No, ma'am, it's on a Monday.
When is Columbus Day?
That's what I'm
That's
what
what I'm
asking.
looking at.
What's the new name? It's not Columbus Day. It's called Indigenous Peoples' Day.
Let's get that
When is
straight.
Indigenous Peoples' Day?
It's the Indigenous Peoples' Day.
Come on, we're in anniversary 13.
That's the 13th.
I'm indigenous.
Okay. I'm good for the 6th.
Okay,
6th. All right.
everybody good for the 6th?
Since we have that done,
Are we ready?
Huh?
Are we ready?
Same
We
time?
have the same
6:30?
time, same
Same
day?
time?
6:30?
6 or 6, right?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
We
is
ready?
there a motion
I ain't saying no.
to move our next
No,
meeting?
John, you gotta do it, you gotta keep the momentum. You gotta do it, come on.
Is there a
on,
motion to
John.
move our October meeting to October 6th at 6 p.m.?
Yes, there is a motion, and my last motion, for October 6th at 6 p.m.
So John has motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, see? Oh, you beat
Okay,
me to
it's
it.
been motion and second. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions? Okay, I think we approve. It passed.
Okay.
Okay.
Jesus.
6.
And then we have on here a proposed date for the joint meeting with the South Fulton Development Authority.
What?
Proposed date for joint meeting. Is that with the, it's with the
Downtown.
Downtown
Development
Development
Authority.
Authority?
The downtown development.
When do they meet? What day of the week do they meet?
Oh,
Usually second Tuesdays.
Okay.
oh, I have a conflict with 2nd.
Well, you don't have to take any notes.
I don't have to come. Because we won't be doing any business ourselves, right?
Mm-mm.
So y'all won't
Because our
even miss,
meeting is on the 4th.
y'all won't even miss me.
They meet the second.
They meet on, so if they meet
They meet
in
on the 14th.
October, it
Of
will be the
October.
14th. Okay, I can't give y'all another day.
Sorry, what is the agenda for that meeting?
go ahead and have a drink, that's probably.
Who requested? No, there was someone that requested a joint meeting. Yes, Ms. Stacy requested a joint meeting. Can you tell them the importance of that?
We're going to have to talk about this together. The purpose of that is we have learned that the DDA, they have several different resources that we don't have. Not to say that we want to compare ourselves to the DDA, but if there's something that we can learn from that board, if there's some resources that they have that we actually need, but we don't know that we need, then that could be an opportunity.
But would they do that in their meeting, though? When they go over all their resources on their agenda?
We might not go over all of their resources, but that is something that this board has talked about that we should meet with the DDA.
And it's a time for us all to collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
We're all about the same city, should be about the same mission, and
I thought
It's
we were waiting
collaboration.
until they have a economic development director before we were all meeting.
say that again?
I thought we were waiting because that was something that the last economic development director was working on, was getting the boards together. So do we need to do it without having an economic development?
I think we do. I think that personally, we could be waiting until next year for economic development director, okay? And so I just feel like we don't need to hold ourselves up to continue to grow and move forward in some directions. It's not like we're going to be making any major decisions. It's just to collaborate, see what they're doing, how they're doing it, and just kind of get information.
Also, there were members of the DDA at the UGA class last week with us.
And
They
they
also
were, yeah.
expressed that they wanted to have a meeting with us and have been asking for a meeting with us. So therefore, the whole purpose of the meeting, in my estimation, would be strictly not only to collaborate, but also share in what they have been doing, because the project that they approved and gave that money to was the same one that we turned down, and they were never aware that it was ever presented to us. So therefore, we need to make sure that the lines of communication are open between the two of us. And that's the whole purpose in my personal feelings regarding that.
Yeah.
But they are aware that we want to meet, they want to meet, let's move forward. We're adults, we can handle it.
So I think that all of those are important. I just don't know that it needs to be, is it going to be called a meeting where we actually show up at their meeting? Or are we going to do something that is completely special, that is just for the purpose of what you just said? As opposed to trying to work our calendar around, well, they meet on the second Tuesday, we meet on the first Tuesday. Why aren't we picking just a whole different date and just saying, hey,
We could do
we're going
that.
to do a special
We could do
agenda,
that, yeah.
and we're just going to be talking about, these certain things to help us, more of a meeting / meet and greet.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
so than,
Yeah, exactly.
I think we should do something like
formal.
that. Just so that we can be able to meet and collaborate and bounce off of each other to find out what they're doing, they can know what we're doing, get ideas, share different things, because even though they're a development authority as well, they did advise me that they cover different areas versus us covering the entire city. So we can be able to, obtain knowledge from them, and they can be able to, do the same with us. So we can change it to a different date.
How many of you knew that they represented the TAP
Right,
district?
that's all.
So we don't really know, and this is a good chance, exactly what they do and what we do.
Right.
Doesn't have to be September.
Okay, so why don't we allow the staff to talk to that board, and they come back with some dates, then we look at our calendar, bring back 2 or 3 dates, and then we'll see if we can't marry those dates instead of setting a date.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and what we could do
Thank you,
is
Madam Chair.
host a luncheon for you guys.
Luncheon?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good idea. Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on to old business. Do we want to show the website update?
Yes. We should have, is David on?
David couldn't make it tonight. I'm John Maynard, President of Marketing Alliance, so I get to be your Marketing Alliance person today.
Thank you, John. Give us just a moment, John. We're bringing it up on the screen.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I believe we can pull the website up if you can allow us screen sharing. We can pull the website up on our end.
Okay, we're checking on it.
Okay.
Can we move on to our next thing while they work on that?
Please.
Teresa, can we move on? Okay. While you all work on that, we're going to move on to the bylaws review, travel and per diem policies.
Well, Madam Chair, do you mind if we table that as well, since we're going to talk with procurement in regards to the budget and report? The recommendation, due to what's in you guys' bylaws, and we actually printed out, included, let me go to it, was that the expenditures, when it came down, the travel should be a reimbursement with receipts versus being paid per diem. So I wanted to talk with the finance team and to figure out exactly how would that look, especially before you guys travel to JETA. So we'll make that part of the conversation when we sit down and talk with the finance team.
Okay, so does that mean that the board is paying up front and you're reimbursing them, or you're using your P card to pay for them?
So registrations, we're using the P card to pay for them, but per diem comes out of your budget. So we're actually paying you, we're doing travel forms paid by per diem. It's not a reimbursement. But with the other boards, they do reimbursements, they turn in receipts. Staff does per diem. So you see what I'm saying? Your bylaws actually state, and I want to go to it in your notebooks.
Okay, let's go. Is he ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go to him and we'll come back to that.
Okay.
'Cause I got questions.
Okay.
Ready for you, sir.
Okay, great.
Share your screen.
I'm seeing two of myself. So thank you so much for having us tonight. My name is John Maynard. I'm the president of Marketing Alliance. With me is our creative director, Mr. Mark Kitchens. He's the man who makes everything absolutely beautiful. I have been in economic development for over 30 years, and I've been with Marketing Alliance for about 2 years. We have been eagerly working on your website. We had a discussion, I believe it was late last year and early this year, about what you guys really want from your website. We're excited to hear your enthusiasm about the quality that you've seen so far, and we wanted to walk you through that a little bit more. In a conversation we had earlier this year, we met with a few folks and we talked about what exactly do you want to see on the website, what kind of tone, what kind of style, what kind of voice. And so we were able to pull all that together with the copy. And then our creative team, led by Mark, was able to put this into a format that makes it look absolutely fantastic. The feedback that we got was that we really wanted to be very human-centric in our storytelling, to really tell the story of the people and the things that are that make South Fulton fantastic and unique and stand out, such as the history and the influence of growth in that area. We understand that you want to do everything you can to recruit developers and new businesses into the area. So we've sort of styled all of our language, all of our text, all of our tone to really appeal to people's sense of place and sense of belonging. We want people to feel like they are welcome in South Fulton, that it's a very business friendly climate, and that people just, if they need a new place to be, that South Fulton is the right place to be. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mark and let Mark, if you want to walk through the design a little bit and kind of show that off, and then we can answer some questions that you have.
You bet. Thanks, John. Mark Kitchens, I'm Creative Director with Marketing Alliance. I do have the website pulled up. If I can share my screen, will you guys be able to see that if I do?
Yes.
Okay. All right, please let me know if you can see that, okay?
Yes, we can.
Great. Okay. So we started with a wireframe, and I'm not sharing that right now because it's essentially the same thing as what we're seeing here. And what I'm presenting tonight is what we call a development website. So we went through the wireframe process. We went through a design, multiple designs. We went through secondary page designs. And once everyone was happy with those designs, the looks and feel of those designs, then we moved into the development stage. And that is where we actually programmed the website to be live on the domain eventually. Currently, it is on a dev site, which means that everything works. It's all programmed, but it's not live out there, so to speak. So when we do take the site live, it would respond to your or it would be accessible by your main domain name. So just real quick, I'll go over the navigation system. We have a Choose South Fulton navigation at the beginning, and this is where all of the primary information is going to be housed, the things that people need to see quickly. And we start with a competitive advantages page, which happens to be the only page that we currently have content in place on. Actually, this is just a mock-up of content. I believe we do have this written. But as you can see, this is how the secondary page would lay out. And then let me go back to the home page, and we've got a Find Property section where you have featured sites, interactive maps, and sites and buildings, top industries, business resources, news and media, and about us. So all of these are pages. They're all currently on the development site. None of them have content yet. As I understand it, we have content written and in your court right now, and I believe your team is reviewing that content. Once we get approval on all that, we can go in and put it into the pages. Like you can see here, advanced manufacturing doesn't have anything in it right now. Back to the home page, just a few things here I'd like to go over. We have a section or a row, as we call it here, with your map showing where you are and a button that will link to an internal page. We've got 3 sections here for locating, expanding, and start a business. This would be where people would go and they could start in these areas to really zero in on the information that they need. For instance, if you're a business out of state and you would like to locate to the South Fulton area, this would be the section you would go to. If you're an existing business and you're looking to expand, you could find out more information here. And then if you're an entrepreneur, you're wanting to start up a business, you would go here. The next row down is some demographic facts that are quick for people to gather and understand really the assets and benefits of your area. We have a section here for top industries, and these are the industries that we have currently. As you click on them, you will go to the page that relates to that top industry. We've got a little row here about your history and your community. Your testimonials row is where when we get all the testimonial video shot, they will live here. And this is what we call a carousel, in that it has some navigation here that allows the visitor to click to go to the next testimonial. And if you have 4 or 5 there, it will just rotate and you can click on the watch video button to bring up the video and watch it. And then the quality of life feature here at the bottom is just a little bit of information and then a learn more button to go to that page. I should have mentioned at the top here where we have this image of one of a workforce person. This will be your header loop. So this will be an actual video that we'll shoot while we're there. We'll edit together. It'll be all of the top types of assets that you have, including workforce. We can put business shots in there, properties, quality of life, and we make it into a dynamic video repeating loop that goes into that header, and that really brings the site to life. When you see that, you'll notice a big difference in from a static to a video image. So that's just a quick overview of where we are with the website, and we're happy to answer any questions.
I have a question.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Will this website have the ability to capture visitors to the site as well?
In a couple of ways, we could have a like a form at the bottom if you wanted to capture name and email, but you would also have analytics, Google Analytics, installed into the website, and we could take it a step further with a more advanced analytics program if you choose to go that route. So yes, it has.
So that will be able to let us know how many visitors to the site, how often, be able to track it, right?
Right, what pages they're hitting, how long they stay on the pages. All of that information is accessible through Google Analytics, which is actually free. You don't have to pay for that one, I don't believe.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hello. So,
And
thank you, Secretary Davis. And I have a couple of questions.
Mike.
Oh, so y'all want to be quiet now? Okay, so I have a couple of questions, and I'm a visual person. I know you were going through it, and I'm familiar with websites. But from an aesthetic view, I see a lot of these pictures. Like if you scroll down, I saw someone look like they were in a construction area. Mm-hmm. Where is that supposed to be in South Fulton? And then all these other pictures, that look like the repeat picture. So I don't know. Yeah. My question is primarily looking at the visual aesthetics in these pictures that you have, whether or not you're going to use these stock photos or we're going to use actual photos from the city, because these don't look like any places here. And,
sure, yeah, right.
And so that is kind of, it's a turnoff for me.
Oh, yeah.
We understand that. I will actually be coming into South Fulton on the 18th and 19th and possibly rolling over into the 20th so that we can do testimonials, video testimonials, capture B-roll of the community, capture as many photos as we possibly can. We want to get in front of as many people as we possibly can in your community to actually put your community on this website. These are just stock placeholders that fill in the gaps for us to create the design around. But everything that we want to put on the website, we want to be able to capture when we come into town in about 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you.
I think what they're doing, this is just an example. These are not actual photos. They're going to come take photos. They're going to take your photos, put them on here. This is just an example of how the website's going to work. Am I right?
That's correct. Yeah, I mean, and I got that. So for me, it looks a little busy. And so that was why I was asking whether or not those photos, even stock photos, were going to really reflect the city and who we are. And so the map It has all these little highways and byways and expressway signs. So that's what I see instead of seeing a map that's a map of the city of South Fulton versus, I mean, with all those highways, it probably goes into Tennessee.
Yeah, but I think the issue would be if you are looking at this from another state,
Mm-hmm.
then
You want to know
a
how to get there.
close-up of the map of city of South Fulton, I don't think is nearly as relevant to someone who is not familiar with the area. We're trying to attract business that may be outside of our city. Someone who lives here already knows what the city looks like.
No, that wasn't what I was
So
saying.
what I would be thinking is that if I'm looking and I'm thinking to myself, how close is South Fulton to the city of Atlanta? How close is South Fulton to expressway so I can get my materials into the city? How close is South Fulton to a major, the metropolis that they are aware of, which is Atlanta?
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too, and what my point, and you made my point, because if you look at this, sitting from where I am, I see a bunch of interstate signage. I don't see this, I can't tell how close this is to the city of Atlanta, which is the mecca and the most common area that it, I don't see that. I don't see the 285 loop and the 85, 75, so that I know, okay, this is where it is in relation to 75, 85, in relation to the airport. I just see from sitting where I am, a lot of signs that say expressway numbers. And so while I understand we want to show people in other states, but if most people are familiar with Atlanta, I think it needs to have less of those places because they know where those places are in relation to Atlanta, but where we are in relation to Atlanta, where we are in relation to the airport. I don't want a zoom in picture of us. That map is fine. I'm just saying it should be zoomed in some because like I said, it shows a lot and it's kind of distracting for me.
So you want to see a circumference of the highway?
I wanted to see of the highway, and so, okay, we're here, we're South Fulton, we're closer to the airport here than, the city of Atlanta or whatever. So I'm just saying that it seems like it's a lot, and it seems to me to focus on all these highways and byways and not necessarily, because again, I can't see how close city of South Fulton is to Atlanta with this map that's in its stock. I think he said stock. So, this is just feedback on my thoughts on this map here. I think it's a good idea. I just think that it should be what people are familiar with, 285, 75, 85, in Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, how close it is to get stuff from Savannah, and from the airport or whatever. This just seems like a lot.
To Dana's point, I think if nothing else, if we could at least have more color, because, yeah, the perimeter is not there, but, and you can't even really see how far it is from Atlanta on there, so maybe if it did incorporate a little bit more color, maybe that's what I'm saying.
And I think he said this is a placeholder
Yeah,
for
it's not the
everything.
actual
So there's
map.
going to be more color and more everything, I would think, right?
Right?
So basically, we would need something that's a more expandable map to be able to pinpoint into the city of South Fulton. So if it looked like this on the website, we would be able to, scroll in and actually see not only what it looks like from this standpoint, but from a standpoint where it can be expanded and you can go directly in to where we can see the perimeter, we can see the airport, we can see those different things.
So I think, and am I correct? I think what they gave you guys was a view of the southeast region of the United States, and what you would like is more of a state view or more of a regional, like metropolitan Atlanta is probably a better use. Okay.
They're the experts. I was just saying, just sitting here looking at it from the distance I am from the screen, all I see are these highway markers. I'm not saying, it just seems like it's.
That's why I was saying more expandable so that you can actually go in and come and zoom in to where you have the metro area.
Well, the big thing when people are coming here is how close are we to the major city. So I think that you should be able to expand and go out, but the thing we want to highlight here is South Fulton Atlanta, the airport.
Airport.
That's
Right.
it.
Yep. Yep.
Just for marketing purposes, because when people come here, they're coming here because of the name of Atlanta and not South Fulton.
So the map should be interactive where you can zoom in and out.
Right.
Okay. Are you all complete with your presentation?
We are, if you, and unless you have more questions.
No, we don't. Thank you. We're coming
Okay.
along.
Oh, I did have a question.
Yes, we have one more.
On the city signs, they said the city on the rise. Are we gonna incorporate that on the website?
We absolutely can.
City's moniker.
I was going to get with the team because a lot of the website homepage just has South Fulton, and the city is identified and marketed as the city of South Fulton. Because we have South Fulton Region, South Fulton County. So that was another thing that I did notice on the homepage. So we'll update that to
I
be.
was just talking about the city on the rise.
Yes,
the phrase or
Yep,
whatever.
that too. So we'll have synergy with what the city marketing is current.
Can I add something too? To John's point, he inquired if the board was going to be able to view the website and make some recommendations. And then Kim said, yes, there will be many opportunities. I would suggest that maybe we take a look at other development authority website and see what they look like, get a feel for what we would want to add when we do get that opportunity, and just get to see what other authorities are doing.
But I think
You know?
that's
Kim said that?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that, Kim, I'm sorry.
No, we did actually, we looked at Douglas, we did Fulton, I looked at Clayton, I looked at Invest Atlanta. If you think that is busy, go look at that Invest Atlanta. The Invest Atlanta
I think we
thing is
just
like,
really, everybody needs to.
it is
do
a
that.
whole lot of color. And then what I did realize in that when it's a lot of color and a lot of things coming at you, you begin to feel overstimulated.
Right.
And so what ended up happening is I kind of checked out on the Invest Atlanta website because I was like, it is too much going on and I can't follow it. Now, you go to the polar opposite, we go to Douglasville, and theirs is boring. It was not interesting, it was not drawing me in. Fulton was kind of in between. The closest that I thought for something that we wanted was probably Clayton. Clayton has a good website. But when you look at those websites, you can kind of see that you're trying to draw a different point of view. One, you need the message to be given quickly as far as what's so special about your city and the information to be readily available. And so some things, now the map, bringing it in so that we don't necessarily see Birmingham and all of that, but unfortunately on this screen you can't see that. It does show Atlanta on there and it shows it, but it doesn't kind of give you, that. But some of the drop downs are where that information is. It's usually like, we're 12 miles from the airport. We're this many miles from the city of Atlanta. We're this, that's the quick information. Here's your transportation options. Here's what the taxes are. Here's what these people make. Like, that information is so readily available that someone can look at our website in 10 minutes and be able to say, yep, this is one we can put on the list to check out further.
Okay.
Thank you for your work.
Good.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna keep moving, and see where we come out. I think everybody would be more intrigued when they see pictures actually from, and I understand you just have stock pictures in, but that when they see pictures of where they live, I think it'll make a big difference. So thank you all so very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
Absolutely.
you.
And we'll be there.
Okay,
We look forward to being there on the 18th and 19th to capture all those pictures and meet all you.
okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
bye-bye. Okay, we are going to move on. We are going to, well, first of all, because the GITA meeting is coming up right after we have our meeting, explain to the board members what they need to do to get registered, get their rooms, and do what they need to do to get there.
So currently, the registration and your membership has been taken care of. The registration for the conference has been taken care of. The travel reimbursement has not been taken care of just yet. So we need to find out from procurement how would they like to actually do per diems, or would they want just the receipts to be taken in? Because the question came up with DCA as we're submitting both governing boards, the Downtown Development Authority, as well as the Development Authority information to make sure that the boards are operating in compliance. The financials information will be sent in. So this came up as something to mention to the board that the development authorities are only reimbursement for actual expenses. So I have to find out what does that look like with our procurement team as far as our travel forms.
I'm sorry, read that part of the bylaws again.
It says, according to your statute of the Development Authority, only reimbursement for actual expenses. It states that members are reimbursed for actual expenses, but in counties with a population of 550,000 or more, based on the 1980 census or later, they may also receive a per diem allowance. This per diem cannot exceed the amount paid to the members of the General Assembly. Since the city of South Fulton is less than 550,000, in population, they are now eligible for per diems, only reimbursement as outlined in your bylaws.
Okay, so what you're saying is that they need to spend their own money, turn it in, and you are reimbursed?
Correct.
Okay, but what does that reimbursement look like? Because so far, getting money out of you all and getting information out of accounting has not gone well.
Correct. And so that's why I wanted to table it until we have that meeting with finance.
I have a question. So it says, in counties with a population of 550,000, so we're in a county with a population of 550,000.
County, not city.
Counties, not cities, these are counties.
Right, it said county. So we're in Fulton County.
We're in Fulton County,
Although we're in the city of South Fulton, we're in Fulton County.
County.
So populations, counties with a population of 550,000 or more may also receive a per diem allowance. So.
We qualify.
So your bylaws actually state that you're not supposed to receive per diem. It's in your bylaws. This is what the recommendation is from DCA. That first paragraph, what you read, that's from DCA. But your bylaws actually state that you're not supposed to be paid by per diem.
So what's different this year from last year?
Nothing. It just wasn't.
So
the
last
bylaws
year,
can be
everybody
changed.
was paid
Uh-huh. No, per diems. You were paid by per diem.
Everybody was given, because I haven't gone.
Right.
Everybody was given a per diem check.
Correct.
This time, they're not going to give them a per diem check. They have to go take care of the expenses and turn it back into
Yes.
finance.
Yes.
And I get paid?
So when Artie did it, I have full faith and credit that what he did was correct. So for the 2 year, huh?
So Isaac,
So.
Are we able to change the
I'm
bylaws?
trying to figure out what is raised this flag to make us think we're doing something wrong now.
I'm looking at them, I mean, Teresa's right. I mean, it says.
Oh, that's it.
Directors shall receive no compensation for their services, but shall be reimbursed for their actual expenses incurred in the performance of their duties as follows. And then it talks about transportation, lodging, registration fees.
So what does it say for per diem?
There are no per diem amounts granted to board members.
right, that's in the bylaws, but from what you read, said county size.
Yeah, that was what was sent to us, in regards to what is compliant with DCA.
DCA has a rule, but our bylaws say.
Can I
So
ask
change
a
the
question?
bylaws.
Can I ask a question? When did these bylaws, when were they created, these bylaws? Can anybody?
You should have your adoption date on.
It should say April of 2019. And then the amendments were made January of 2024.
Uh-huh.
So basically, we.
I mean, these are bylaws that we approved.
Or no,
What we're
September.
finding is that a lot of them need to be changed.
Don't we have, don't we need new bylaws?
These are the bylaws.
You
that
can
we
amend,
recommend.
it's
We
up
can
for
amend it?
discussion
Okay.
to amend whatever you guys
Okay.
want to.
But based on what's in here, let me see. We have our meals, our lodging, and our meals, our lodging, our parking, rental car is in here as well. And mileage and gas are covered under here.
Right, so
separate
that-
from that per diem.
Right.
So, okay, so we don't need a per diem.
We need to amend the
No, they
bylaws.
pay you for all your
So-
expenses there. You just have to turn in an expense report.
Right, that's it.
But my only concern is that they need to have a limit on when people get their money back, because these people are volunteering their time, and they're spending their money, and I don't think anybody minds, but we shouldn't be on the same time as everybody else.
Correct.
Just to confirm, I mean, it does say,
Hold on.
it does say that the authority will pay all registration fees for board members, and I think the reason.
Yeah, we took care of that.
And then it also says that the authority shall pay or reimburse for the entire lodging minus any room services or incidental expenses incurred.
So it's pay or
And the meals.
reimburse.
Yeah, so the
So,
authority.
so that
has-
means that we can pay for them.
to pay
for people's room.
Lodging, registration, and then everything else.
So my question, so the lodging, the registration has been taken care of out of their account. We've already fully taken care of that. When we do per diem, it's in regards to mileage and food.
Okay.
So that's what I was talking
Okay,
about,
got it.
those two expenses.
Okay, got
Those will be reimbursed.
Yes.
So let me ask you this question. The Jeter is September the 17th. I don't know how much notice about, I don't have it in front of me, how much notice we have to give. Can we just amend the bylaws between now and before the 17th? If it's easier to do the per diem? Because I felt like, I remember it was an issue with, because we couldn't fly because they had all the scandal with the airline tickets. And when you drove, you couldn't be reimbursed this. It was just so much craziness. But just for us to even be reimbursed, because that was the fear that we had, that while that said we could be reimbursed, the city's policies may not have allowed us to be reimbursed. And I am crazy if I think I'm gonna work here for free and spend my money to travel for a conference, because they won't reimburse me, not the development authority, but the city won't approve it. And I think that's why Artie had us getting the per diem. And so we need to print our bylaws to cover that, so that we have it changed before the September 17th, when the per diem would go into effect. That's just my question. I don't know how much time we need to put out, you have to give notice about having a bylaws meeting, right?
And my other question
We'll
is,
have to
do
have
we
a
have to
meeting
vote
now.
on this in order for them to give them their money? Because remember when we were doing something else, we had to,
When I went to Vegas.
That was only
Oh,
with
yes,
new.
that's right, it's
Yes,
training.
yes,
So if it's
mhm.
training, we
It's
don't have to
fine.
vote on it.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
Fine.
So, I mean, you can certainly amend your bylaws. That,
Can we amend them tonight without notice?
I don't think you need, I mean, you can put it on you can amend your agenda, to add this on your agenda, you can amend it now.
That's what I'm asking. I thought we had a notice requirement, so there's no notice requirement.
I mean.
Because we published the agenda and it didn't have it on there, so.
Yeah, sometimes
Wait a
there
minute. I'm
there
just
are
trying to make sure there's no notice requirement.
sometimes there are amendment provisions
can add to the
in the
agenda after the
bylaws
fact.
themselves. Yeah, it says the
We do it all
authority
the
shall
time.
have the power to amend, alter, or repeal these bylaws or adopt new bylaws upon the affirmative vote of a majority of the directors. Any such amendment, repeal, or adoption shall be proposed at the meeting immediately preceding the meeting of the board at which the action is sought to be taken, and notice of the meeting at which the action is
Notice,
taken
prior
shall
notice.
set forth the proposal to be acted upon. So we would.
So we can make the proposal tonight and then vote in September meeting, whatever new date it is.
Then we can modify the bylaws to do whatever it is.
But that means we would have our own agenda during the meeting, during the joint.
You would have to have your regular.
But we have to have our own agenda anyway, because we have those papers to sign. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna bring them at the joint meeting, but yeah.
Okay,
it'd be
all
great
right,
to
fine.
have-
Then we have our, okay.
And how are we gonna handle executive session in this joint meeting? We won't have executive session?
Breakout room,
Unless we have it.
A breakout.
special breakout room.
Okay, let's move on. So are we making a motion to change the bylaws?
I make a motion, we change the bylaws.
Second.
It's been motion and second. And it would be brought up at the next meeting. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right, we're moving on. We are at we talked about the GETA conference. Do you know everybody that's going?
We have a list. Nayla, do you know how many people registered already? We have registered. Oh,
Okay, as long as everybody knows, I don't have to know.
Okay.
Okay, and moving on to the
Is it
event.
too late? 'Cause
No.
were you there? Do you know?
Nayla, how many do you have? Is it all of us? Oh.
Question? Okay, moving on. Advanced topic for traditional economic development and incentive, October 7th, 2025.
Yes, that's another training that if anybody's interested in attending, we can definitely get you registered. That training will take place in Atlanta, as well as ICSC Southeast Conference will be at Cobb Galleria, which we already discussed. I would also like to mention the board retreat. We are waiting to reschedule the board retreat, correct? Based on the absence of the executive director. The city management office wanted me to also mention in regards to that a headhunter, they're hired a headhunter to start the recruitment phase of the new executive director. And they just signed all the paperwork, so that will resume very soon. And that is the only update they have in regards to that.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you saying that we should not have the board retreat until they fill the executive director position?
No, I said that was what was recommended at the last meeting. So I was just giving that update.
Yes,
And so basically, they're going back to ground zero.
yes.
Yes. Much.
Okay. We are moving on. Our next item is executive session. Is there a motion to move into executive session?
I motion move in executive session for real estate, litigation, and personnel.
I second.
Are we going to talk about ICSC conference on the second
We
half of
did
that?
talk about
We
it.
did.
Did we talk about the cost?
I asked earlier, y'all said y'all was gonna come back.
Right, that's why I'm
That's
asking.
right, yes, he did say we were coming back.
Okay.
We have a motion on.
But y'all got a motion on the floor.
Withdraw
Yeah,
your
it's the
motion.
motion for executive
I
session.
rescind my motion.
Thank you.
Set up too.
I pulled back my second again.
What's the total for ICSC?
Okay, for the table area to have a display, it's $950. That's a 10 by 10 space. Pipe and drape is not included.
Total.
And standard carpeting is included with that.
So is it just the board member in the booth, or is it somebody from the city in the booth? But do you all have a booth at all? No.
So what was that second question?
The city does not have a booth.
Right,
You gonna sit in the booth, John?
I don't mind.
But when it,
You paying for a table and everybody gonna be at the table?
well, my question is, what are we giving?
We do these events at, we've done a lot of different events at different organizations and places like this. And when we do the booths, no, we can never find people who want to sit there for more than 30 minutes.
No.
Everybody leaves. And then it's
I'm
just
in
an
the booth, I'm
unmanned
in the
room.
booth business. It is not.
I know.
Thank you, John.
It's
I know.
not what you, is there a way that you can attend this conference and go to the classes or the networking, but not have a booth? 'Cause
Yes, most definitely.
Because my concern is, we don't have all the stuff it takes to go in the booth, and we don't have the materials to go on there. And we're sending a board member there without a staff member. So that's a big concern for me. So if you attend the conference and go to the networking event, that has to be voted on because it's not training.
Well-
What is the total?
Also, you get to visit all the different booths, the developers, the retail, so
Right.
just to be at a booth.
Correct. I don't
And,
think we should have a booth.
you know, we
That's just
kind of
my
need to
opinion.
move around and collect business cards, see who's offering what.
Right.
Yeah.
But if somebody wants to just stay at a booth that whole time, if y'all vote on it,
I'm in
then
the
so
booth
be it.
business, it's not affected.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think we should have a booth, but to have the hanging banners and stuff,
There's a fee for that as well.
but that fee right there talks about a booth and the hanging banner,
Right.
but the hanging banner without a booth, is that an option or we don't know? Because
What-
if that's the case, if you just hang a
It's for the
city on the rise.
Well, you
in
don't
South
really
Fulton.
have a booth. You
It's-
have a space that's 400 to 800 square feet.
That's $4,000. That's $4,000 to $6,000.
Yeah, that booth doesn't come.
No. I'm saying, see, it says booth and it has amount and it says the $4,000, but I'm saying, what's the fee for just a banner? Like that banner that's hanging up in the air?
Usually the banners only go up for sponsors.
Yeah, so that's why it's that price
Yeah.
with that package.
Okay, the registration fee up until the 15th of October is $500 for members.
Can we go
After
back
the-
to
Is he
the
a
other
member?
page?
We only have one member from the Development Authority.
Can we go back